following program contains scenes and language of a frank and explicit nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, live now.
Don't know, Mike. I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, everybody, he's a macho savage. You're listening to Mike Trash, TrashTalkingRadio.com, the best in the business. So say it to Macho King.
Wrestling fans throughout Radio Land, listen to Trash Talking Radio at TrashTalkingRadio.com. Every Tuesday from 7 to 10 o'clock, you hear guys like myself, the Ugandan Giant Kamala. And that's my story.
You can hear words to describe the Trash Talking Radio Show from 7 to whenever we get done is by using a screwdriver to cut roast beef. This is Sluneva Sean, the other half of the Rock and Wrestling Connection. That's the trashy one and the loony one together forever.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ivan Koloff. I'm here to tell you about Mike Talking Trash. With the Trash, 7 to 10. Tuesday nights, you got to listen in. It's the best around, the best in town. Alright, hey, this is the Animal. One half of the world famous Take in the Road Warriors. We do the deal. If you know what's good for you, you'll listen to Trash Talking Radio or else.
Everybody, you're watching Trash Talking Radio. This is Hulk Hogan. Hulk, what do you got to say about Trash Talking Radio?
Well, I got to say that I just bought Trash Talking Radio. You're out of the picture, dude. This is my show, and you better watch, because what you going to do when Hulk Hogan's brand new Trash Talking Radio runs wild on you?
This is the Vital Idol, and you're listening to Trash Talking Radio every Tuesday from 7 to 10 on TrashTalkingRadio.com. And remember this. When the Vital Idol tells you, it's got to be true. And when it's on the internet, it's got to be real. It's Trash Talking Radio every Tuesday from 7 to 10. I am the top of pop, the king of swing, the international rock star way above par, the host with the most, Mr. Tuesday Night, the Vital Idol, Classy Mike Trash. And thank you very much.
It is Trash Talking Radio. It is Tuesday night. It is the best night of the week. And I'm looking awfully sparkly here. Got to figure that out. I was playing with the color correction, and I guess it overcorrected. Well, let's see here. Let's try and see if we can make it look a little better. Looks like I'm fading into the sunset or something. I don't know. Something's weird. Oh, I know what I got to do. I got to go to, let's see, this, and bring back this a little bit. I can bring back, oh, there's my missing pieces, but now my background's not right. You never know. Anyway, it is another Tuesday night, and, oh, I see it did change one of the things I didn't want it to change. Let me change this new thing, put it here. Oops, I didn't do that right. It's supposed to be this one, not that one. Okay. Let me put myself back in there. There we are. All right. Sorry I was late. As it's been recently, they changed things on the Facebook here, so I've had problems getting launched here, and so I couldn't figure out how to launch it correctly, so that made me be a little late. But better late than never, right? Yeah, okay. Now I gotta figure out how I can get rid of this. Maybe this way. Let's see if we can get rid of it that way. No, that didn't get rid of it either. Okay, hold on. Turning the light away from me in hopes that we can solve our issue. Nope, didn't do that. Did just the opposite. Maybe I turned the light the other way. Now it's still there. Well, you know. It's weird. Put my camera in a new place too, which probably is part of the issue. So now I got that big thing right there. Right there. Wasn't there before. So I'm not sure what that is. So, uh-oh, that's not going to work. Oh. I need light, people. That's what I need. Well, maybe that'll fix it. Let's see. Hey, that's better than it's been. Maybe that's what I'll do. Just going to hang this light from the ceiling. That's the best I've seen in a long time, but it's not right now because now it shows all the imperfections of the studio. Let's see, how can I fix this? Got to be careful I don't droop this. Oh. Maybe this is the way I got to do it, though. Of course, now you can see all behind the curtain. That's not good. Now you see all the things you shouldn't see. So now, we're going to see how the magic works. That looks it looks just as bad as it did. Alright, I'm talking to myself. Wait. Maybe that'll help. Maybe it won't. Anyway, as it were, or as it is. Alright, we need to get this thing going. Right, yeah, thought so. I don't see anybody in the chat room now. Are you there or aren't you? Let me go to the other chat room. I landed us in multiple chat rooms. And I don't know if any of them... I think they're all the same chat room. Oh, that one says there's somebody with me. Okay. So the one chat room does say that. The other chat room doesn't say that. Interesting. Alright, which chat room is this? I guess that's the original one. Alright. Anyway, how you doing, everybody out there? Anyone out there? Everyone out there? Whatever it is. Tonight, we have an empty chat room. Or not an empty chat room, an empty studio. Except for me. So anything that happens is going to be my responsibility. Okay. Let me get things rolling here. And we will go. Alright. Let's see. Oh, I got my phone light on. Jeez, I'm falling apart. Guess I could turn my phone light off because that won't help things except kill my battery. And let's see. I gotta tell my sister that I'm on because she hasn't been remembering that it's Tuesday. So I'm going to tell her it's Tuesday. There we go. Alright. Yeah, it's been a long weekend. This weekend I was real excited because this is the first weekend in almost 3 years, just shy of 3 years since I played out. So I got a chance to play out again, and that was exciting. I just couldn't believe how much I missed it. So it gave me a chance to, to feel what it was like to actually sing on stage again. And I got to sing with a new band. The new band is called Stone Face. Not Stoned Face, Stone Face. So kind of a cool thing. We got to go out there and make some noise, and we played in front of a pretty big crowd. So I was happy about that. And we got to, just let loose and do what I used to do back in the old days. Ken and I didn't play a lot out because we were doing originals, and we weren't. There weren't a lot of places that were allowing originals, so we played out fewer times, but we played out. It felt like it was more important because we were playing out those fewer times, and we were doing our own originals. This band, I'm doing cover tunes mostly, all so far, but we're going to move into other stuff, and it was fun to go out there and actually play out and show people what we can do. So I really enjoyed that, and I'm looking forward to the next time we do it. So it was really fun. And it says it was so much fun seeing us. Yes, it was awesome. It was just if you've done it before, you know that feeling of playing out, and it's a feeling like none other. I mean, you're getting to entertain an audience, and I don't know. It's just the coolest feeling to have, and I really missed that feeling. I thought I wasn't going to ever have that feeling again, but as it turns out, I did, and I went out and did what I like to do the best, and I enjoyed it. So and the crowd seemed to enjoy it too. We were in front of there were a lot of people there. I played in bars that were smaller than that, so it was really neat. They had it was at a ranch, and the ranch was it was a memorial for the owner of the ranch's husband who had passed away, and we were paying tribute to him. And she was a neat woman. I could relate to her. She said that she buried 2 husbands. I buried 2 wives, and it was just it was fun. And they had an antique car showing there, or they called it classic car. And I said I should be able to park there because my car is a classic car, even though it's a newer car, but it's a new classic. I said. They said I could park there, but I changed my mind, decided not to. I didn't want to have anybody dislike me for being a jerk about it, so I just thought I'd park in the back lot. And but it was cool. It was really cool. So, alright, anyway, I guess I'll get started with this. Dick Van Dyke becomes the oldest daytime Emmy Award winner ever at 98. That I thought was really cool. So at 98, geez, who would have thought that he would have made it to 98? I would have never, I think of 98 and I think, wow, that's pretty old. I mean, I never imagined being, I don't even imagine being 70, let alone 98. So, I don't know, you think about that. Think about his son, if he has a son. His son is probably 78. So, so his son, assuming he has a son, it could be 78, could be 80, depending on when he would have had it. So that's really weird, and that means his grandson could be, let's say 98, 78, so take 20 off of that, so his grandson could be 58. Or great-great-grandson, keep going on down the line. He could have a great-great-great-great-great-grandson. That's just really, when you think about that, that's pretty funny. And yes, you do have him on your death poll, Ashley. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you do have him on your death poll. So, anyway, okay, so that says legendary actor and comedian Dick Van Dyke has made the history, winning the 2024 Daytime Emmy Award. I can't believe he's working at that age, for guest performer in a daytime drama series, via his spot on Peacock's Days of Our Lives at 98. That makes Van Dyke the oldest actor to receive a daytime Emmy win. I think he should win something just because he was on. I mean, to think that you'd be around acting at that time. I mean, I remember as a kid watching the Mary Tyler Moore Show and the Dick Van Dyke Show, and he was an adult then. That's just crazy. To think that he's been around that long. When I was a kid, he was, let's see, if he's 90, when I was a kid, he was in his 40s, that's insane. Oh, man. Anyway, says Van Dyke came to Friday's 51st Daytime Emmy Awards, already making a mark as the oldest Daytime Emmy nominee ever. Night one of the 51st Annual Daytime Emmy Awards took place on CBS on Friday, June 7th. I feel like a spy from nighttime television, Van Dyke joked. I'm the oldest nominee in history. I can't believe it. I was playing old men all my life. If I had known I was going to live this long, I would have taken better care of myself. Yeah. I totally can understand that. I could understand that. I would have taken care of myself if I had realized I was going to be doing freaking movies at my age, and if I thought I was going to be doing rock and roll at my age. I didn't think I'd ever make it this age. I thought for sure I'd be gone by now. So, I'm glad I'm not gone, and just kind of funny when I think about it. But anyway, yeah, that's nice. It's nice to see that he's made it this far, and congratulations to him on his Daytime Emmy Award. So that's really cool. I would have never seen that coming, but it's really cool that he's been able to be a historic figure like that and make his mark once again. I mean, not that he doesn't make his mark as it is, because he's done a lot of really cool things, but just really, when I think about that, I think that's really interesting, and I don't even know how to think about that. I don't even know what to think about that, because that's just, it's wild. So, okay, post that baby, and let's see here. I want to post that here too. Is that where I post it? I forget. Oh, they timed out. Why did they time out? That's really weird. Come on. Oh, that's Xfinity, that's why it timed out. What? BX, here we go. Alright, there we go. So, I don't know. And the thing is, like, Jimmy Carter is also in that age group, and he's also in the news. Sadly, it's not for the same thing. I mean, it's, he's 99, I guess, and he's on his last legs from what I can tell. And that's sad too, because he's a historic legend too. But yeah, it's hard to imagine that he also saw so much in his lifetime. Think about 100 years ago, what was going on 100 years ago when they were born, or around 100 years when they were born. That's pretty insane when you think about it. It was a whole different world back then. You're talking about 1924, 1925, 1926. Dick Van Dyke was born, and it's really funny when you think about that. That back then, it was a whole different world. Nobody had cell phones. Probably didn't even have pay phones then, and nobody had the internet to worry about. Nobody had the scandals that we have now, and it's really insane when you think about it. Yeah, let's see. Oh, pin. That's pinned the profile. There we go. trying to do this so that everything's ready to go. Alright, there we go. Alright, now go back to here. I'm doing too many things at once. Okay, close that. Close that. Close that. There we go. Now we're down to the minimum. Okay. Right before this show started, I was playing around with the sound, trying to figure out. And I found this video of Ken and I. And I was thinking I was going to play a song or two of it, but I don't know what's on it.
I look all around.
Yep, that's an original song.
What have I done? Last night's fight took its toll on us. I can't take it back. It's all said and done. Said and done. I feel I'm falling. I feel I'm falling faster and faster. I can't stop. I'm falling without you. Feel I'm falling.
That was around, I want to say that was probably around 2016 that was done. Maybe 2017. So I think I was still working then. We'll go back to that in a little while. But I just thought that was kind of cool. The other thing I found was cool. Oh yeah, I'll show you some of the pictures from the show. That was really neat. Let me see, I gotta do this right. Let's see, I gotta cut this down. And then, oh, here's a little advertisement that I made a long time ago. Those are our 3 albums. This was the first one we were on, this was the second one we were on, this is the third one we on. And we had this. I made this ad up. Or this thing up. She said, "Who's that sexy guy with the tuxedo jacket?" Notice how she's staring right at me. And he's staring at the blender. He says, "Hey, I'd like to see what's in that blender. It looks like a heart." And she's staring at that guy right there, thinking, "Oh, that guy's pretty hot. Well, at least he's pretty big. At least he was back then." So that was fun. I made a bunch of things like that for the band, and I used them sparingly. So that was fun. All right, next thing. All right, delete. Nope, didn't delete. Okay, delete. All right, you're not gonna delete. I'll delete you later then. Okay, then I got. So Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is in the. Why did it go there? Oh, okay. Yeah, this is the thing I wanted. I didn't want the Twitter. I wanted this one. Alright, so said his wait a minute, hold up here. So in the polls, Robert Kennedy Jr. had like 15% of the vote apparently according to the polls, but they don't think he's going to be able to hold on to that in November. And I wonder why. Let me think, because nobody thinks that's real. I think that's the real reason. And the people that, if there are...
Each one of those felony charges has no mandatory minimum, meaning he could do no jail time based on his record or lack thereof.
Okay, I didn't ask about Hunter Biden, okay? Just do the things I tell you to do, okay? So, we're going to talk about that later too, but according to the polls, right now, at this point, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has 15% of the, I believe it's 15% of the polls are showing that he'll get 15%, which means that could be that could either make or break one of the other candidates. I mean, he's not going to win. He's going to end up taking from the other people. So that's really the power of him being in it, is that he's going to, because he's not going to run as a Republican, he's going to run as an independent. So the only thing it's going to do is it's going to take away some of the votes. So it says here, independent presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy has reached 15% or more in 3 approved national polls. One more, and he would have met one of CNN's benchmarks to qualify for the debate. And it, him being in debate isn't going to really make any difference, I don't think. So I'm going to move this camera over here so that I can stop popping out of the screen. Anyway, but Kennedy cannot count on maintaining his current level of support. So because he has 15%, he could, he's really close to be approved for the debate. But nobody's going to take him seriously. He's going to go against Trump, and he's going to go against Biden in the debates. Okay, that's not going to do him any good. He's not going to really do that well. He's just going to take Trump votes away, probably not going to take Biden votes away. And wasn't his father a Democrat? I think his father was a Democrat. It says it's pretty common for third-party candidates to look like they have polling momentum in months before the election, only to come up short for the ballot box, according to the Associated Press. This is not a sign that the polls about Kennedy are wrong now. They are not predictors of what would happen in a general election. Studies have shown that people are bad at predicting their future behavior, and voting is months away. And in a year with 2 highly unpopular candidates in a rematch from 2020, voters may use their early support for the third-party candidate to show their frustration. And yeah, I could see that. The thing is, like I said, the only thing he's going to do is he's not going to win the debates, and he's not going to win the election. What he's going to do is he's going to end up causing one of the other guys to lose. So it's really an odd thing. All right, next. So that takes that. Our next one is oh yes. Wait a minute, I want to get the other one out of the way since I started talking about that. Where did I put the other one? Here it is. No, it's not. Well, I might as well go into that too, because right now that's important too. Trump, it says here, Trump probation interview set for Monday after hush money conviction. The former president was convicted last month on 34 felony counts of falsifying business records in the hush money case against him. Former President Donald Trump was scheduled to sit as a virtual interview on Monday, I think this is yesterday, with a New York City probation officer at his home at Mar-a-Lago, with his attorney Todd Blanche at his side, after he was found guilty of all counts of hush money trial against him last month. It's funny to think about this, but theoretically, he could have been the first president to serve in jail, and that's legal. But I don't think he's going to jail. He's just going to be. They're just going to throw everything at him to make him unpopular or something. I don't know. I don't know why they. I think it's a waste of time and a waste of money, of tax money especially, that they're trying to do this. And I don't know. It just seems really kind of crazy. So I don't know. It's weird to think that all this stuff is going on, and we've got a country to worry about, and we're worried about our president giving money to well, I guess lying in the situation, but I don't know. It just seems really weird to kind of keep going at this. I mean, who when it gets right down to it, I think as long as you're going to fine him, that's a really important thing. It doesn't really matter if he gave money to a freaking prostitute or not. At least I don't think it matters. It doesn't matter because chances are he's winning sympathy votes, if anything else. But there are some Republicans that are frustrated and wishing there was some other way to do this. So I don't know. It may be that way. So all right, next. Oh yeah. So it says here, Trump, the presumptive Republican presidential nominee, was convicted of all 34 counts of falsifying business records in the historic case. The probation interview is required by the court as part of a former president pre-sentencing report. So he could actually still go to jail, I guess. So that's what it looks like. It's kind of weird. It's just so weird. They should just let it go. Let him just do whatever he's got to do. You know, they keep putting all these roadblocks in the way, and he never gets punished. I mean, really, when it gets right down to it. Hi. How can I help you? My dog is here. But then, we know that. Are you going to sit in? Going to make sure I don't make any mistakes? Alright. Here's your bone. I'll give you a bone. I bet you we're the only show that stops for the dog. Why is that? Here you go. Probably because I got the only spoiled dog on the air. So, alright. Let's see. Legal experts noted that holding a probation interview over a video conference call is unusual, but having the former president in a New York probation office would also be unprecedented. Martin Horn, former commissioner of New York City Department of Corrections and Probation, told the News that it is highly unusual for a pre-sentence investigation interview to be done over Zoom, but acknowledged that an in-person visit by Trump to the probation office would be very disruptive. So, yeah, I think it's just a waste of time because he's never going to get punished. Not that I want him to get punished. I mean, I do, but I don't. I mean, I don't think anybody should get away with something like this, but something like this is really not, I don't know. I mean, make him pay his bills and just get on with it. If it was a normal person, they'd be in jail. I know that. Then there was, let me see, wasn't there another one? No, there wasn't. Okay. Then there was the Hunter Biden thing. Now, this is, to me, somewhat interesting. I mean, we got both of these trials going on. We have Hunter Biden and his situation with the guns. He was just found guilty of all charges in this historic gun case. And we have Trump being guilty of his things. Now we got both presidents are in trouble because of it, because Hunter's, Joe Biden's son. So we have, everybody seems to be in trouble. And it'll be interesting to see what comes of that, too, because, him being the president's son, is the president gonna, pardon his son? And if he does, that'll cause a certain ruckus, I think, among a lot of people that are watching the situation. It's so weird to think about this, but, and then if Hunter gets pardoned, you almost have to pardon Trump too, because I think that'll cause a big uproar. It's so weird to think about all this stuff, but it's mind-boggling to think that you have to think about any of this stuff, because this shouldn't be happening. We shouldn't have that whole situation. And I don't know. I still think the guy that, the one guy, I guess he was an Indian guy that, or, Indian guy that would have been a good Republican candidate, but nobody would vote for him because nobody knew who he was, and he's not controversial. He would have just done the job, you know. But what do I know? So anyway, Joe Biden's son, guilty on all charges in historic gun case, and it says here, federal jury convicted Biden. Shoot, my screen went backwards. Here we go. There we go. Let's try this again. What is this? Oh, okay. Get info. I don't want info on that. Federal jury convicted Hunter Biden of federal gun charges, a historic case for the offspring of the sitting president after a trial featuring wrenching emotional testimony about his drug use from his ex-wife and his sister-in-law. Joe Biden's son faces up to 25 years in prison for 3 charges: lying to a federal screening form about his drug use, lying to a gun dealer about possessing a gun, although first-time nonviolent offenders typically get shorter sentences. 50-year-old businessman and attorney's case came after a plea deal fell apart in June 2023 that could have resolved gun and taxes charges without prison time. Hunter Biden still faces another federal trial starting September 5th in California for allegedly avoiding taxes. Yeah, what a great kid. Man, makes you really want to go out and have kids, because they can put you in all kinds of interesting trouble. Oh, man. Yeah, way to go. I feel bad for Biden somehow, but I feel bad for Trump too. All right, next one. Well, while we're talking about presidents, let's talk about Jimmy Carter. This is a sad one, but it's not. I don't think anybody really expected it to be any different. You know, his wife died last year. Jimmy Carter's he's 99, no longer awake every day. The grandson says he's experiencing the world the best he can. Usually when the husband is alive and the wife dies and they're that age and they've been together for as long as they were together, they don't usually hang around too much longer. And in this case, I'm pretty sure he's pretty much on his way out. We're not going to see him for too much longer. An exclusive interview with Southern Living, Jason Carter gave an update on his grandfather's health 16 months into hospice care. 16 months. In an exclusive conversation, Jason opened up about the Carter family's experience caring for Jimmy and why one-time Commander-in-Chief chose Plains, Georgia to spend his final days. I mean, whether or not you liked him as president, he was a great guy. He really cared about people, and he really went and did a lot for humanity. You know, they built homes for foreign countries, and really did a lot of things that helped a lot of people. So I feel bad for him, but I mean, he had a great life. He really, he wasn't just in everything for the money like today's people are. He had values and stuff like that. I may not have agreed with him on a lot of things, but I think as a man, he was definitely a really cool guy, and he really did what he could do. He was married for 77 years. I can't even imagine being around for 77 years, let alone being married for 77 years. That's a long time to be with anybody. That's really insane. But it's awesome that he stayed with the same woman for that long, and that they had a great relationship. There's a lot to be said for that. But I look at this picture and I think, wow, I don't want to be in that situation when I'm, if I were to ever get that age, I don't want to be in the situation where people are pushing me around in a wheelchair and I can't, be in control of my own life. I have a hard enough time thinking about that. I mean, walking around after the job on Friday or Saturday, My back was killing me, and my knees were killing me. But I'm thinking, wow, I guess I can't do this when I'm 90 or 99 or whatever. I guess he's 99. I mean, I was thinking about that when I was thinking about Mick Jagger. He's in his 80s, and he's out there playing every night. How does he do it? How does, because the energy he puts into his shows is really, I mean, he puts more energy into his shows than every show I put together. If I put every show I've done together and took the energy, it still wouldn't be what he's doing, because he's just crazy. He's going around strutting his stuff like he's a kid, like he's a spring chicken. And he looks like a spring chicken too. Anyway, yeah, it's a sad thing to see Jimmy Carter in this situation. So, okay. Next thing. We will go on to, let's see, where should we go? We could go to here. All right, let's talk about the movies this weekend. This weekend, think about this now. It wasn't too long ago that Will Smith was the bad boy of Hollywood. I mean, he slapped what's his face, Chris Rock, and they made him give up being on whatever board it was, or what was it, Screen Actors Guild or something, and all that stuff. And what did he do? He made another movie, and they won't probably give him any awards for that movie because he slapped freaking what's his face again, Chris Rock. But yet this movie, now the last couple of weeks we talked about movies doing 18 million, 15 million. His movie debuted with a U.S. of 56 million. 104 million globally. See, that's the kind of movies that we used to see back in the day when I used to go to the movies every week. And so this shows that he can still draw people to see his movies. I want to see that movie. I think it'll be a good movie. And, whether you like him or not, he does draw people. And that's what it's all about. If you draw people, you can keep making movies. And, he has his own studio, so he can make as many movies as he wants. But it says, Sony's Bad Boys Ride or Die jolted a battered box office back to life with better than expected domestic, opening at 56 million and 104.6 million globally. Moreover, it puts Will Smith on the road to a career comeback 2 years after the infamous Oscars slap. And I knew that wasn't going to be... They made such a big deal out of that. Nobody cared. I mean, after the thing was over, when it all said and done, nobody cares. And except those couple people, nobody cares. So I'm happy for Will Smith. I think Will Smith is a good guy, and he did the wrong thing, but we all do the wrong thing at times. So get over it. They did. The audience did. The audience don't care. They want to see good movies, and they're not going to not see a good movie because he slapped somebody. And yeah, I don't agree with him slapping somebody, but I think that everyone just went a little bit overboard with it. So I think that and the thing is, Chris Rock, he got his money out of it too, because he took it on tour. He took that whole thing on tour, and that's what he talked about on his last concert tour. Because I saw his last concert tour, and basically a big piece of that was, he got material. So he should be paying Will Smith for the material. How about that? I don't know. I like Chris Rock too. I shouldn't say that. I'm not saying that to be. Yeah, I'm saying that to be a dick, but I do like Chris Rock, and I do like Will Smith, and who knows? You may end up seeing them guys working in a film together one of these days. So that's all I've got to say about that, I guess. That might be all I have to say about that. Oh yeah, happy birthday to Nietzsche. Today's his birthday. I think it's 110 today, or something like that. Then we got... Oh, yeah, that was... the other thing about that was this. Will Smith snuck into the movie theater to see his new film before surprising fans in the audience. That had to be really cool. I would love to go to a theater and see a Will Smith movie. Hey, I see you again. What you want? I already gave you you already got your bone. You're not getting another one. Might as well go away. Nope, I'm not giving you one. Sorry. Not right now. Anyway, it would be cool to go to a theater and see the person that is in the movie in the theater with you. That would be cool. It says, we're in Baldwin Hills. We're about to go into the theater, Smith says in a video of his theatrical visit. It's a ritual I have. When I have a movie come out on Friday, Saturday, usually a matinee, like on Sunday, I like to go to the theaters. Smith is shown sporting a mask while watching his film with his fans. And then it says that after the movie ended, Smith revealed to the shocked moviegoers that he had been watching the film with them. A growing crowd seemed excited to see Smith and captured photos and videos. One fan gave the movie a 10 out of 10, and Smith thanked him. So, like I said, people don't really, when it comes right down to it, it was really a bigger deal for the minute that it was popular. Hello. What do you want? You're just a funny dog. You're so funny. You're sitting here and you're like being patient. You're not bothering me. You're just looking at me and you're saying, I want some food. Because I never get fed around here. Yeah, I never ever get fed. I'm starving to death. Nobody ever feeds me. I'm wasting away into nothing. Yes, I'm just barely making it. I have not even barely enough strength to get up the stairs. Puppy. This is how my assistants are. I pay them in dog bones. There you go. She's a good dog, though. I can't complain about her. She's a good dog. Alright, so it says here, Smith's agents at CAA have been calling the studio production execs in recent weeks for the first time since the slap to explore possible projects, hoping to quickly announce the actor's next film. Ride or Die finds Smith and Lawrence as Miami cops, Mike Lowry and Marcus Burnett on the run after their late police captain gets linked to drug cartels and they try to clear his name. So that's the plot of the movie. I'd like to see this jumpstart the movies again. You know, the movies really have not done what they should be doing. And it's sad that they're not doing what they should be doing because, you know, with streaming the way it is, and with COVID killed the movies, so as far as that goes. And it's sad that COVID did that, but COVID killed the movies. And, alright, so this is not going to work. Why is that? Why am I only allowed... See, they keep changing the rules here on freaking... Hey, my sister was there. Well, no, that's April. Why is that April? Now I'm really confused. So that's an old one. Okay. Alright, that's the new one. And that's the new one. Okay, so that confirms that the chat rooms are all linked. That's good. I needed to know that. Because I wasn't really sure about that. So now I know. Alright, so we can stop that. And there we go. And so we had that was a question I had, is whether or not they are linked. Oh, come on, stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. Okay. Now. Okay. Next question, next thing, next. Let's see. Okay, so that's done. And now there was, I think, Is that analysis the analysis of the movie industry, or is that? No. Okay. Okay. So with that, I can kill that one now. All right, then. Would you turn your home over to a Hollywood film crew for $5,000 a day? That's a good question. Would I do that? Depends how many days they would take. Because for $5,000 a day, well, I mean, especially if you have if you owe a lot of money on your house, that'd be one way you can get caught up on it, or, you know, get ahead on your mortgage or whatever. I own my house, so I don't have to necessarily do that, but I don't know. I might give, I mean, for $5,000 a day, it wouldn't take long to make some money there. And it would depend what the production was about. You know, if the production was fixing my house up, or if it was you know, it would somehow, that would have to really depend on the situation, I believe, because if it doesn't fix the house up, I mean, think about it. If you get $5,000 plus they fix your house, that's pretty cool, because that would really add up over the short run. You would get a lot, but remember, you got to pay taxes on that too, so that wouldn't necessarily be a good thing, because, you know, unless they're withholding the taxes ahead of time, you'd have to be responsible enough to put the money back in case that they were, you know, trying to make sure that they got their money. Like when I get paid for acting jobs, a lot of them will pay. They'll give you a 1099, and they'll actually take the taxes out of your check before you get it, so you don't have to worry about, you know, whether or not you paid the taxes or whatever. But some places do not do that, so sometimes you have to claim it, and so that's one of the big questions, is whether or not they would pay it, because a lot of people are not disciplined enough to do it themselves, and if you have to be disciplined to do it yourself, that could be a very ugly thing in the long run. So, okay, now let's find out what it was. So there was a time when legendary location scout Lori Bolton was like a modern-day Philip Marlowe, trolling the neighborhoods of Los Angeles in search of the perfect private home to shoot. We used to literally drive around and look for the front of your house, and we were kind of like anthropologists in a way. You look on the outside of the house, you look for clues, like what kind of car do they drive? Do they have kids? And you'd leave a letter, and then you'd go and look at the house. While working Rob Reiner's Ghost of Mississippi in 1996, Bolton detected the perfect South California home to stand in for the Old South. In the Sierra Madre, I passed this house, and I stepped on the brakes and backed up, and it was like, oh, that's it. It was this old farmhouse that was still there, and I shot it. When I came back, everyone was so amazed. The whole thing, exterior. So this is for shooting of a movie. So, like, if you think about it, the Brady Bunch, the house on the Brady Bunch, the exterior house on the Brady Bunch was not what they used. They did not use that for the interior. The interior was in a movie lot, and it was funny because the layout of the house was not matching what the house really looked like. So I kind of found that funny, because I watched a thing that showed what the Brady Bunch house was. Actually, somebody bought it and renovated it and all that stuff since then, but I just think it was funny because they talked about the fact that they didn't use that actual house except for the exterior. So that was pretty. It was kind of sad when you think about it, because I was a big Brady Bunch family, and when I found that they didn't use the actual house, that was kind of sad, because, you know, we watched the TV show thinking that that was a real thing, that was a real house, but it wasn't. So, you know, that's the way it goes. So they're paying $5,000 a day. So I would think that they would want to use the interior of the house. But if they just want to use the exterior of the house, that would be cool. I mean, if they wanted to use the exterior of the house, I'd be okay with that. If they want to use the interior of their house, I would think that they'd have to move so much of my stuff out of the way. I couldn't imagine them using my house for that. They would need a whole lot more money because I'd have to get a place to rent to put my stuff in because I got too much stuff. I need to get rid of some stuff. Anybody want some stuff? I can probably help you. But yeah, I think it's funny. And actually, it's talking about here. It said it can also be a godsend. It says when working on Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, it was very specific geography on how the driveway related to the pole and how that shot was going to run. And I used Google Earth for almost all my scouting to find a driveway with a pole. That movie was really wild, and yeah, the driveway was really, if I'm not mistaken, it was pretty curvy and stuff, because I liked that movie. That was a pretty cool movie. And it was interesting that the layout, it looked like, I mean, it really did look like it all went together, so, I don't know. It's kind of funny to think about. I never thought about that too much in the grand scheme of things because I love the movie, but when you get down to the actual, how the movie was made and the variations of the things that were around it and stuff, you know, if you overanalyze it, it kills the movie for you. So, I hear you. Go lay down. You're not going to ask me again. You just had 2 things in less than an hour. Don't look at me with those big puppy eyes. No, you're not going to get anything else. Time for you to lay down. When you lay down, we can talk. So, but yeah, when you think about it, all the, you know, it's funny because I was thinking about when I was on that movie set last Sunday, a week ago Sunday. They had this, it was an old farmhouse, and it was in Amish country, and it was funny because the place had a barn in it, and inside the barn they created this tavern. But I was a tavern patron, so they made it look like it was really a bar room, really a tavern. So that was kind of funny to watch the whole thing and know that was a situation that they were in a tavern. Who would have thought, though? That was really wild. That you know, you're looking at one location and they got multiple locations out of that one location just by the way that they set up the rooms and the way they set up the barn and the way they like the top half of the barn, the bottom half of the barn, and then they had different areas of the barn that they could set up for different places in the movie. So I just kind of think it was neat the way they set it all up. So I'm sure they didn't pay $5,000 a day for that place, but that's because it wasn't a big budget film either. So anyway, that's a little insight into the movie biz. All right, next. Wonder if I get a. I might have. I'm trying to think if there was something I wanted to put on the air, and I don't think I put the link in my thing here. Okay. The Fur Flies Bark Air offers a first-class animal amenity, complete with tasting menu and doggy champagne. So if you want to fly your animal, you can fly them with Bark Air. Now the thing with Bark Air is it's a little pricey. You're going to pay $6,000 for a private jet flight from New York to Los Angeles. And they're selling out thanks to organic doggy treats and flight attendants and trained in canine CPR. That's crazy. Dogs can now embark on a first-class flight fully tailored to their needs with Bark Air, a new private jet company that focuses on dogs first and human second travel. Flights run from Los Angeles and New York, as well as New York City and London. Once someone books a flight, a concierge reaches out to learn everything about their pup, from energy levels to their allergies. Josh Groban and his dog George, a Westie, were two of the first passengers to fly Bark Air. According to the company, other celebrities and their dogs have flown too, and though they declined to share their names. On the flights, dogs are treated with tasting menu, doggy champagne, also known as bone broth, which is said to help their ears adjust to altitudes, blankets with calming pheromones, earmuffs, and more. Prices are in line with the steep cost of private jet travel. $6,000 one way to New York and to LA, and $8,000 from New York to London. That's just crazy stuff. I mean, I love my dog, but I don't think I want to take her on a plane. I won't take her. I definitely won't take her any other way. But I just can't imagine taking my dog for on a jet, a private jet. $6,000, freaking A. That's a lot of money. I guess if I got $5,000 a day for my house, I could maybe do that. But boy, that's crazy. I can't imagine. But I guess people are doing it, and those in Hollywood, the ones that are making money, that are doing okay, that's probably not too much money. If you're a professional wrestler and you make WrestleMania money, you can do that too. Although I can't imagine making that kind of money. Every little thing is thought of for the dog, both from a comfort and a safety standpoint. He adds all our flight attendants are trained in dog and canine CPR and de-escalation. Stangl and Bark CEO Matt Meeker have been discussing the possibility of flights for dogs for more than 10 years, as Meeker searched for a way to travel with his massive Great Dane without having to crate him and put him on the plane's cargo hold. See, that's one thing I wouldn't do. I don't think I could. I just don't think I could do that to a dog. They don't really understand it. Entertainment figures aren't the only ones who have expressed interest in flying brands. Brands and high-end travel agencies also have reached out about their first-class flights, as well as every influencer in the world and the marketing exec jokes. But the company is in no rush to get to every... When I think about that... Okay, so I went first class, and I paid almost $2,000 just for me. And that was first class. So if I were to get the whole plane, $6,000 is really not that bad when you think about it. That's actually... I mean, that's one way. And I paid... I mean, I want to say... I probably paid maybe $2,000 or so, maybe more. I think I paid $2,200 one time for round trip, but that was for a full plane of people and stuff, and I had to deal with a lot of people. So really, when you think about it, $6,000 isn't that bad. I was thinking it was a lot till I started thinking about that, because you don't have to deal with the other 200 and some odd people that are on the plane. That might be okay. It might not be as bad as I thought it would be. The more I think about it, the more I think I would even crate myself up for that price. So maybe that isn't so bad. It would be if you had to travel on a regular basis, but if you're only going one way, it's not too bad. Let's see. All right. So, as we know, as everyone should know, the Olympics are coming up, and scored a ticket to the Olympics. Now try to land a hotel room. That's when you think about that, that's kind of crazy to think about that. If you're trying to get a ticket for the Olympics and you happen to actually end up with one, that's one thing. But now you have to worry about, can you get a ticket for a room, or can you get a room? Because you may not be able to get a room if it's depending how long you waited to get it. That could be a more expensive thing than the ticket. I mean, I don't know how much tickets were, but I would imagine that they're going to be the whole world to compete for. Okay. I changed my camera angle. That usually looks like I'm looking up all the time. So I figured that it was because my camera was too low. So I raised my camera up to see if that makes any difference on whether or not I'm looking right in the camera or not. So I figured that would kind of see how that works. And that's why I had to change my lighting and everything on the stuff. Still got to tune in the lighting because the lighting's still off a little bit by the looks of things. Anyway, okay, so it says last-minute travelers to the City of Light can book a few rooms as long as they flash an Olympic-sized wallet. Some are laying out more than $200,000 for a trip with special shopping perks and a VIP athlete meet and greet. I just can't imagine spending that kind of money for... That's more than I ever made in a freaking 2-year period. I don't know. Hey, Amy Sue, how you doing? You look like a ghost. Well, thanks. I guess that's good. I mean, it could be worse. I could look dead. I don't look dead. I just look like a ghost. Ghosts are alive. But anyway, gold medals are one thing, but for many wealthy Americans heading to Paris for the Olympics, running July 26th through August 11th, there's more to their must-dos than seeing Simone Biles and Sha'Carri Richardson and LeBron James compete, or spotting NBC Sports chief superfan commentator Leslie Jones taking in the action. The top request is a Hermes appointment, said Jason Squatrelia of travel agency Embark Beyond. It has to be a guaranteed leather goods meeting, or not just to get in the store and skip the line. They want to know that there will be shown perhaps a mini Kelly or an exotic. It's a hint of the caliber of clients he's sending to the games. These are not your traditional sports fans. These are your F1 Art Basel Freeze clients who want to do the best of the best and turn it into an exclusive shopping experience, like shutting Boucheron down on Place Vendôme. Budget isn't the barrier either. For one family of 4, a 4-night stay is costing $280,000, and that only is to cover the accommodation at Le Maurice, the Louis XVI decorated 5-star spot, where everyone from Grace Kelly to Justin Bieber has stayed. What's that say? Scarves and very lovely leather stuff. Yeah, I'm all for that. Not, let's see, no, just very pale. It must be nice to have more money than sense. Yeah, I can't imagine spending that kind of money on one trip. I mean, that's more than I've made in probably 4 years, maybe 3 years. I don't know. In my best years, probably. Well, 280,000. Geez, I can't count that high. That's a lot of money. Paris is the latest city to the Olympic torch arrive. To see the Olympic torch arrive, along with millions of visitors, expected to be 10 million. In fact, almost 10 times as many as Rio de Janeiro, hosted in 2016 for the last Summer Games to be unaffected by COVID. That surge is due to both the pandemic-throttled pent-up excitement and built-in appeal of the City of Light. I'm looking forward to the events that are located in the major Parisian landmarks. I think it will be spectacular. Imagine watching an event such as beach volleyball under the Eiffel Tower. Magical, says figure skating figure skating gold medalist Tara I can't speak today. Tara Lipinski, who will be the commentator for the closing ceremonies. I don't know. I think that's too many people for me. I just can't even imagine with that many people. I don't know, even if I had all that money. But you can get your car, or you can get your private plane for your dog for $6,000. That's one way, of course. And then if you wanted to fly your dog back, it's going to cost you another it's $8,000 to fly overseas. So I don't know. I can't imagine having that kind of money. I never had that kind of money. I spent a long time to make what I did make. All right, next. I just can't. I think of $200,000. It's more than I spent for my car or for my house. No, that's not more than I spent for my house. But that's what I spent for my house. So forget that. I'm not giving up. I'd rather have a house. I'd rather have a second house than a vacation for. Geez, you imagine that's for what? Maybe a month. You're gonna spend over there. You would have to spend time over there. And if it's less than that, geez, think of that. That's insane. All right, let's see here. Next story is Ryan Gosling. This year on Saturday Night Live, Ryan Gosling and Mikey Day played Beavis and Butthead on a skit, and it was it may have been the funniest skit I have ever seen on Saturday Night Live. I have not laughed. When I say laugh out loud, I really did laugh out loud. It wasn't like a fake laugh. It wasn't like, it was really actually a laugh out loud moment. And it was so funny that the one girl on there who never laughs in skits, she broke out laughing. It was funny as anything. If you haven't seen that skit and you have Peacock, watch this past season when Ryan Gosling was the host. It was towards the end of the show, and it was just so freaking funny. That skit. So basically, the one guy there is being interviewed. I can't remember his name. He's a regular guy there, and he's he was in Kenan, freaking Kenan. I dislike Beavis and Butthead too, but this skit was so funny. You just can't help but laugh at it. It's so stupid and so funny. Okay, so the skit was the girl was interviewing Kenan as somebody else. I forget who he was supposed to be, and in the middle of the skit, she's interviewing back and forth, and the one time they pan to her, and in the background you see Beavis, and it was Ryan Gosling dressed as Beavis, but he looked like Beavis, and actually he looked like this. He looked like Beavis, okay, and like all of a sudden I just started cracking up, and because I didn't acknowledge it right away, so when you see it, it's like, what's Beavis doing there? And so Kenan says, if you want to continue the interview, you got to move the guy like Beavis. And he goes, I don't even know who Beavis is. The guy's not acknowledging his looking like Beavis. And he's even wearing the Beavis shirt and all that stuff. So I moved him to another part of the studio. So now they're interviewing Kenan again, and they go back and forth a couple times. Then you see Butthead right behind her, and when she turns around and looks at him, she just busts out laughing because she couldn't hold it in, and all of a sudden she's trying to hold her laughter in, and then he goes, no, now you got Butthead there. I won't do this interview with Butthead's there. And they made him move Butthead out of the way. So then they're doing the interview, and and they just are going back and forth, and then you see Beavis and Butthead sitting next to each other, and they don't acknowledge even looking like Beavis and Butthead. they said, I don't even know who you're talking about. It was just so funny. It was a stupid skit, and it was just so freaking funny. It's a must-see for me. I mean, I just thought, as stupid as that whole thing was, I rolled. I mean, when most people, when they say laugh out loud, they're just, they aren't really laughing out loud. I really did laugh out loud, and it was a loud belly laugh because it was just so stupid. But they really they broke character and everything because it was just funny. But you got to watch it if you get a chance to watch it. If you have Peacock, you can watch it. Said the makeup department and the head writer were working on the sketch, and it was they actually thought about the sketch around 2018, and it was cut for time of the show. And then the sketch got a second shot when it was picked up for an Oscar hosted show 2022, but they cut it. And it says, luckily, it found its latest advocate with Gosling, who was tickled by the concept, and I just really thought it was funny. So definitely check it out if you get the chance, because it's definitely worth the stupidity of it. And it really was stupid, but it was funny. It was funny stupid. So, all right, and that's gone. So, okay. Then I thought this was interesting. Rob Schneider's been in the news lately, and this is the second time he was doing stand-up and he was asked to leave. So, you got to be careful what you do your stand-up on. The culture is a censored culture, and you can't talk about just anything anymore, and that's good and that's bad. There are good things and bad things about it. The SNL alumni was similarly removed from a GOP fundraiser when his jokes were deemed too crass for the conservative crowd. But this time he was, wait a minute, let me grab this here. Okay, got it. Comics, Rob Schneider. Now, Rob Schneider, by the way, I was reading about him being not a really nice person in person. Like, he's one of Adam Sandler's friends, and he gets a lot of roles because of Adam Sandler. But my understanding is that he's really not a very nice guy. When people go up to him wanting pictures of him or autographs and all that stuff, he's pretty rude about not wanting to do it. And he's probably the only guy in Adam Sandler's group that is like that. He doesn't really appreciate fans the way that, like, Sandler does. Sandler appreciates everyone that appreciates him. So it says here, comic Rob Schneider was pulled from another stage this week when his act at a fundraiser in Canada, which many found inappropriate for the event supporting a hospital, led organizers to cut him off. On Saturday at the event, called the Four Seasons Ball, a fundraiser for the hospitals of Regina Foundation, Saturday Night Live alum Schneider was scheduled to perform a comedy set for the crowd at the annual gala. His politics-heavy comedy style, however, did not seem to match the tone of the evening. Shortly into his set, as attendees began to walk out of the event, Horn representatives asked the comic to leave the stage. Schneider complied with the request right away to get, according to his rep. We do not condone, accept, endorse, or share Mr. Schneider's positions as expressed during his comedy set, and acknowledge that in this instance the performance did not meet the expectations of our audience or our team. The foundation said in a statement published in the Global News, an unconditional apology was offered right after our guests and our community reiterate the sincere and unconditional apology for any offense caused by Mr. Schneider's recent comedy set at the Four Seasons Ball. While the foundation did not detail any of the offensive material that led to Schneider's ousting, some of those in attendance appeared on TV and posted on social media. Everyone in the room was groaning when he saying, "What's going on?" Like whispering to themselves. Not a single laugh at times. Witness Tynan Allen said, the CBC, it was very very apparent how uncomfortable everyone felt and how unacceptable the things he was talking about were. So, I just wonder what he was talking about. It's just really weird. I know that one time he was talking about gays, and he was talking about transgenders and stuff like that at an earlier one, but I think this one was probably more political. So, I don't know. It's just weird. You got to be careful, because when you get paid the kind of money he gets paid, you want to kind of not burn them bridges, I would think. And I would imagine that it was something very political. And I don't know if he's a Republican or a Democrat or whatever, but wait a minute. Says Snyder was similarly pulled from the stage in the middle of a stand-up at a GOP event in late 2023. He denied that he was removed from the stage. Witnesses reported his set was cut short when his jokes were deemed too lewd for the conservative crowd. So, I don't know. I don't know what he was talking about, but, you know, like I said, I would think that when you're making the kind of money that he probably makes for stand-up, you want to maybe not piss him off. I don't know. I would think that there's a... But when you're... the problem is with most comedians, if you're hiring Chris Rock, for instance, you know what Chris Rock's comedy is, and when you're hiring, you know, I don't know, what's his face, the short guy, you know what his comedy is. You know, each of these guys, you kind of know what their comedy is, but if I had to guess what Snyder's comedy was, I wouldn't even know what kind of stuff he would be talking about. Because I just have never heard him do stand-up. But, yeah, I don't know. And I would imagine he is pretty expensive, because he's done a lot of movies and stuff, and he's been on SNL and stuff like that. So it's kind of interesting to see the guy try to get out there and make his opinions known and stuff. So let's see, that's that. Then I have a couple wrestling things I want to talk about, just because there's a change of the guard, and it really is interesting, some of the things that I never thought I'd see in my life. WWE has always been a business on itself, and now they're not owned by Vince McMahon, so they're now a different kind of business. They're more into co-oping with other people than Vince McMahon ever was. So Vince McMahon, like when he created a character, that was how that character got over on TV. But now that UFC owns them, they're cutting deals with other organizations like TNA. TNA used to be the evil, one of the evil companies, and TNA has not really ever made any money. They're always kind of losing money, but they're still around, 20 years now they've been around. But they've changed owners time and time again, and it's because nobody knows how to run the business. So it's interesting to see that UFC has brought in one of their women workers to take on one of their NXT brand, which NXT brand is the brand that they use to train people. So when you come into WWE, they make you go through the NXT unless you're already a name, and then after you're trained by their NXT group, you come up to either SmackDown or Raw. But this woman here, she is the champion of TNA women's division, and this here is the NXT champion, and they actually took and had them go head to head, which is really different because WWE never did that, and I don't know if that's the way they're going to continue doing business. I would imagine that is, and one way they do that is they basically perceive TNA as being a lower end company, so they take it against their lower end brand. I'm assuming that's their thought behind it. So, I don't know. It's interesting. They did that yesterday, or what was it? Sunday they did it at a pay-per-view. And I thought it was interesting that they did that. Oh, and then, okay, so the next thing was Jordynne Grace in that match. Oh, here we go again. I pushed the wrong button. So Jordynne Grace in the match. I need this. This is the one I need. Copy this. I only have 2 wrestling stories, too, by the way, so don't go away just because it's wrestling. So, in the match, Jordynne Grace... See, now it's funny because a long time ago, I started seeing wrestlers wearing earrings in their match, and I thought, wow, how crazy is that they're wearing earrings? Because how hard... It wouldn't be hard for someone to rip an earring out. And, well, guess what happened? Jordynne Grace had her earring ripped out. She had that earring right there. Nice big earring. And it got ripped out of her ear, and she bled all over her opponent. So, you know, that's kind of interesting to see that they... I'm surprised that, like, Shawn Michaels never had his earrings ripped out. And he had dangling earrings, real long dangling earrings. And he never had it ripped out. But it's interesting to see that this girl had not even any long earrings. She just had an earring, but it was... like, it was definitely ripped out, and you could see the earring got stuck in the fishnets, and it ripped off. So, right there's the fishnets, and there's her earring. Wonder if she got her earring back. But it's funny. I mean, it's not funny. It's sad that that happened, because it doesn't happen very often. Usually people are pretty good about not ripping people's earrings out. So, that's that. And then... remember the Crocodile Hunter? I remember the Crocodile Hunter. Steve Irwin. Well, Steve Irwin's widow, Terry, is comfortable not dating, but she admits she's desperately in love with a celebrity. I'm here to tell you that celebrity is me. She's desperately in love with me. After seeing me playing Saturday, because she was at that event, she fell madly in love with me. I mean, how could she not? I'm the Vital Idol, you know? So, yeah, she's madly in love with me. Though it's been said that it's only been 18 years since Steve Irwin died. Can you imagine? 18 years ago, I remember when he died, and I thought, wow, he died doing what he liked to do, swimming with freaking sharks or whatever it was, and got stabbed. So... no, it wasn't a shark. It was a stingray, I think it was. A stingray. But that's just 18 years. That means his daughter's got to be like, no, let me think. She's probably like, let's see, 18 years. Let's say she was 12. So she's probably 30. Let's see if I'm right. Let's see. In a recent interview, Irwin explained why she doesn't plan on sparking up a romantic relationship with anyone anytime soon, and revealed that she's completely comfortable living on her own for the rest of her life. Well, she probably has money out the wazoo, I would imagine. But I totally got happy ever after, she said, of her marriage. I totally got my happily ever after. Really? The crocodile hunter who died in 2006 after an encounter with a stingray. And while there are a lot of wonderful men, can you see Steve Irwin? I just can't. I'd love you. I love that you're a librarian, and the Dewey Decimal System is cool, but I've got to jump a crocodile and do that and do this. And, well, yeah, but I'm just a rock star. All you got to do is come over, and we can make our own zoo. That's what it is, yeah. I had the best marriage in the whole world for 14 years. Wow, only 14 years. Wow. And I'm comfortable with the person I see in the mirror, so I'll be okay on my own. And I'm lonely for Steve, but I'm not a lonely person, so I'm lucky. I can't imagine living with the crocodile guy. But, yeah, that, I guess, he had something more than, he had something that made her love him. Because I can't, that guy was so goofy. I loved him. I mean, I really loved him, but I couldn't imagine living with him. But he was awesome. I used to watch what he would do and think, how crazy is that? Some of the stuff he did was just insane. He would just jump in the ocean and swim with the fish and stuff like that. I was like, I couldn't imagine doing that. I mean, I feel comfortable with a lot of animals, but not like he was. He was like really comfortable with animals. Let's see. So let's find out who she was, who she really likes here. Says, though she's sworn off dating, she does admit having a certain celebrity crush. Here's my name coming up. I can tell you it's right now. I'm in love with Russell Crowe. Oh, must be because he has a crow for a name. But we all are, she said. Referencing her children, Bindi, 25. Okay, her daughter's 25. So that means 18. Wow, she was a lot younger than I thought she was when he died. Wow. That means her son, who's 20 now, was only 2 when he died. Wow. It says, we've been friends for decades, and he's just the most wonderful human being. Makes me laugh. But no, he's got a delightful girlfriend, Brittany, and is doing amazing things. And then there's Mike Trash. He's a fantastic man, and I've only seen him in pictures, and he's great, and I'm sure he's awesome. And it doesn't say that, does it? Huh. Well, she totally skipped it. She didn't tell him. She didn't tell him of our love, of her love for me. Huh. Well, I'm sad. I really thought she was going to say something. Well, there's the girl when she was only, she was really young. She was like, Robert was a year and a half old. Yeah. That's crazy. But oh man, the daughter doesn't look too cute there, but she looks cute now. I've seen her, I saw her in a video, and she had her own TV show. She might still have her own TV show. But I think she's married now and has kept her Irwin name. Actually, it might be Robert Irwin Visits the Coast. Wait a minute. I thought I saw an article about her keeping her. That might be it. Terry Irwin. Wait, that's Terry Irwin. Shares a special throwback photo of Steve Irwin and the daughter Bindi. Okay. Oh, this is Terry, right? Is that her? Wait. Now I gotta look. I'm confused. Alright, now I'm confused because I am really confused. Let's see. Terry Irwin show bending, snorkeling. Terry Irwin has everyone in their feels over an adorable throwback photo she shared with Steve Irwin and their daughter Bindi over the weekend. What? In honor of World's Ocean Day on June 8th, the TV personality and conservationist shared an adorable photo of her late husband bonding with her daughter. That must be the... Oh, that one. Okay. Wow. It had to be a really interesting life, though, with him. I would imagine that it was never quiet in that household. I would imagine he's always doing something. And so that, that's kind of cool, too. That it would have been fun to have a dad like that, too, that was, not that died, but that did all that adventure stuff. And my dad was a steel worker, so he didn't like share his work when he came home. He just went and sat on his chair, drank his beer, or whatever he drank. I don't remember what he drank, and worked on his cars and stuff like that. So, but I would imagine Steve Irwin, he did all kinds of stuff. But he was 44 when he died. That's crazy. Wow, he was like my age. Wow. That's crazy. I want to see what Bindi looks like now. I guess I'm not going to see that. Oh well. Did I save that already? Did I give that to the... I don't think I did that yet. Let's see. No, I didn't. Alright. I'll post that. Alright, here we go. Let's see, bump there and there. And then we got here too. Put this here so it stops confusing me. Okay. Alright. So anyway, after I get done with this, I'm going to show some pictures from the show that I did. I wanted to share audio, but it looks like I don't have any, and I was going to share some video, but it looks like my video didn't record either, so that sucks, because I really thought it would be cool to have that. But, you know, sometimes you do it right, sometimes you don't. Hello, dog. Didn't stay away that long. That was only like 40 minutes. You keep looking at me like that with those puppy eyes. Alright, now. Alright. Oh, shoot, I forgot to close that window. Come on, there we go. Alright. James Cameron is in the news. He was talking about back when the billionaire put that Ocean Gate sub together that killed all those people. Says James Cameron says Ocean Gate sub rescue was a waste. We all knew they were dead. That's true. There was no way they were going to survive that implosion. I can't imagine like what it was like to be in that little container that they were in, and I can't imagine that. I would hope that it was a quick thing and that they didn't have to die, you know, in vain. I mean, well, they died in vain. They didn't have to die in pain, hopefully, because you know, that sub, there was no way that, when I saw they were going to do that, I thought, oh, there's no way. There's no way that they're going to live off of that, because they just, it just made no sense what they were trying to do with that little sub. And I knew, I mean, I'm no genius when it comes to that stuff, but even my limited knowledge of that stuff, I would have never agreed to pay, what was it, $250,000 to die. It's just ridiculous. You're not going away, are you? You're still here. Alright, I'll give you another thing. Oh, my dog is such a pain. She's cute, but she's a pain. And she knows. She knows when I'm on the air. She knows she can get a lot of treats, because I don't want to be bothered when I'm on the air. Here, take that pig ear. I know you like pig ears. She knows the tricks of the trade, the tricks to get me to give her stuff. Oh, that's a loud one, too. Alright, the next thing. Oh, yeah, so, yeah, we were talking about James Cameron. That's what it was. I knew it was something. Alright. Says filmmaker James Cameron slammed the multinational rescue effort that unfolded following a loss in communication in the doomed Ocean Gate submersible 1 year ago. Wow, that was only 1 year ago. Really? Jeez, I was thinking it was longer than that. We all knew they were dead. We all already hoisted a toast to the fallen comrades on the Monday night, he explained in the interview with 60 Minutes Australia. The famously plain-spoken Cameron also shared a note he made on hotel stationery when he learned of the sub's implosion. The note read, 9:25, confirmed implosion. I literally wrote that on a pad the moment I heard from my naval source, a reliable source, that they had heard an event and triangulated it to the site of the sub. I just think how weird it would have been to, I would have never went into a small thing like that anyway, but just knowing that the amount of pressure and how far down they had to go. Yeah, oh man, that was crazy. And they said it was it comes over using it more than once. Each time it goes down into the water, it weakens it, and it was just unbelievable. The 5 people on board of the OceanGate submersible lost connection with their host ship a few hours into their descent to the wreckage of the Titanic on June 18th, 2023. A sound of implosion or explosion was detected around the same time by the U.S. Navy, but was determined to be not definitive. What unfolded was the multi-day, multinational rescue effort coordinated by the United States, Germany, Britain, France, Canada, and Canadian Air Force sonar equipment detected sounds of banging on the ocean floor, which spurred public interest bordering on obsession until the 22nd, when all 5 passengers were confirmed dead. Well, I mean, really, it doesn't take that long to realize that they couldn't have been under there that long, because I don't think they had that much air, even if they hadn't imploded. So, yeah, it's really sad, because those people, they had more money than they did have knowledge of that, and I would have definitely not done that. So, this year's America's Got Talent is really interesting. My sister sent me a clip that was a guy, just a Joe Schmo who was a janitor who was on there, and it was his first time singing in front of people, and he was just a guy that you'd see him in the street, you would say, there's no way he could be a singer. And the guy sounded awesome. Well, last night, or not last night, but the last episode, which I don't know when it was recorded, it might have been recorded last night, was them with another thing that I thought was awesome. Oops, hold on, I pushed the wrong thing. Gotta stop it before it does the... Come on, gotta have you open the right place. They had yeah, here we go.
Why does Wi-Fi only seem to work in this room?
Now, they had another one last night that was really cool. Oh, they're gonna drive me crazy. Okay.
Hello. Who are you?
No, stop the sound.
My name's Preston.
Stop the sound.
My name's Brian.
My name's Phil.
I turned the sound
My name is
off.
Tyler.
Why is it playing sound?
My name is Kyle.
And my name's Rick.
All right,
And
shut
Scott.
up. Okay. So this one was these guys that are really, really cool. I love this. This was just awesome. It was this unbelievable, and hopefully this comes up right. Oh no, it says, oh shoot, I went the wrong way. Rats. Let me try this again. Darn it. Alright, now we gotta figure this out, why I got the wrong thing. So let's try opening this again. Hopefully I got the right one though. Hi puppy. Alright, now see if we can get this to work. Skip. That's it. Okay. This was cool because they did drones, and I thought, wow. So I want to get the clip to where it's got to be. Here you go. This is what the so they got these drones, and they're doing a formation, and it's really cool to watch it. So I'm going to play this while I get something. So just watch the clip. It's really cool. I'll probably hear about this because they're kind of jerks about that. But it's worth it. And the one that you want to watch is called Unexpected Man Gets the Golden Buzzer. That one's a good one too. That's the one that this guy that you don't expect to be a good singer was a really good singer. So, and people say, why don't you go on there? Because I did, and they didn't take me. So, yeah, they had, I forget how many they said, but there was at least 1,000. 1,000 drones. So that to me, I can't imagine the amount of planning it had to be to make them do all this stuff. But it was awesome. It was awesome. By far, one of my favorite things that have ever been on America's Got Talent was this, because they were able to manipulate everything and make it look really good. But they've had a lot of really good stuff on that show, so it was pretty cool. You got to check that whole thing out, though. That was by far one of my favorite things that I've seen. And I got to bring it back up because I need that link so that I put the link in for people to watch, because it was far out. And I really think that if you want to look at the talent's gotten so much better from year to year. Geez, I wish I would have applied for it back before it got as crazy as it did. Because man, now to compete, just to compete, you're looking at some crazy stuff to do just to compete. So I don't know. But let's see here. Let's try and put this into. Now let's see. Can I copy that link? That link should be there. Wasn't in there when I tried to do it. Okay, so we put this, and then we will do this. But that was really, really neat, and I just can't imagine what programming it took to make that happen. And obviously they had like 6 or 8 guys that were in control of different things, and they had to have that many people just to make it happen. So that was pretty neat. Now we'll put this on Twitter so that those people can be shown to the world. There we go. So that was pretty cool. Next, that's the end of the entertainment section. So I can go to the pictures now. All right. Oops, not that. I hit the wrong one. All right, let's do it this way. We will go to my files. I want to show you pictures of the performance. And I got it under music. And I got it under, the band name is Stoneface. So here we have Stoneface logos and Stoneface pictures. So here are the pictures from the show. Okay, there's pictures from the whole day. So I'll try not to show you too many that were. Oh, that's people dancing. 194 pictures. I don't want to show you all 194 because it's just a lot of pictures. But I do want to show you some of them. You know, people that know. Well, actually, Amy Sue has seen me play. I just thought of that. I saw you at. You saw us in Middletown many years ago, and that was fun. But there I am dancing on the left there, and that's Steve there next to me. There are some better pictures. The lighting was weird because it was a beautiful day. I mean, it wasn't really hot. It wasn't really cold. It had a breeze going. But I think I got sunburn on my neck somehow, or else I'm just a redneck, I guess. All right, let's see here. Let's see. I gotta see a couple good pictures here. I got some good pictures of us, I had some good pictures taken of us, but you can see I'm dancing around there having a good time, and I had to use a wired mic because they couldn't get my wireless working because the guitar player changed things right before the day before, I guess, and we didn't know until it was just about ready to play. This guy here, that's Doug. He's the leader of the band. This is Steve. This is me. And there were about, I'm going to say between 150 to 200 people there for an outdoor gig. There we go. That's Steve, or that's Bob. That's our bass player. That's Doug. Back here you can't see him, but that's Timmy. There's a picture of Timmy in a few seconds. That's Steve again. There I am. There you go. That's Tim. He's a drummer. And these guys are all around my age. I mean, four of us are all the same age, and then we have Steve, who's the youngest guy. There's another one of Timmy. There I am. Hair flying all over the place. And trying to figure out why this microphone isn't working, and the cord came out of the microphone at one point and fell on the floor, and I couldn't figure out why I couldn't sing, and there was no sound because the cord was on the floor. There's Bob again. Bob's probably one of the best bass players I've ever seen. You saw me back in, oh boy, I want to say Pam was still alive, so it had to be 2013. You probably saw me 2012, 2013, somewhere around then. There was a little place in Middletown called the MAC. It was the music something. I don't remember what it stood for, but they had bands, and you saw me in the second floor of that building, where we had to take our equipment up the stairs. And it was fun. We had a good time playing there. Got a lot of good pictures that night. Oh, so this is funny. So if you look at this here, that little bar right there, I kept hitting my head on the bar. I'd move forward and then I'd bang my head. So I kept hitting it. But it was just funny because I did everything I could not to hit my head, and then I'd hit my head. Oh, I didn't know I could turn pictures that way. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, we were playing. Okay, so this is there were people over here, and there were people over here. So this was the corner. So it was kind of funny because I'd sing over here, and then I'd come over here and sing over here, and then I'd come over here and sing over here, then over here, and I just go back and forth between the places. And Doug stood here most of the time. Steve occasionally came over here, and Bob, I would see him moving around from time to time. It was a lot of fun. I wish I had the music for it, because we actually did quite a bit of music that night. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. This way is the way I want to go. It's probably, I don't want to give you too many pictures, because it's just, a lot of weird pictures of me standing, looking like I'm not doing anything. And I'll tell you what, I was so tired when I was done. I haven't done that in a long time. I haven't played out in almost 3 years. And I got a chance to play out, and it was fun. It was definitely it was a good night, or a good day. We played from like 5 to 9, I think it was, with a break in between for the one girl. The owner's daughter played for a while, and she was really good too. She did some decent songs. She did some Stevie Nicks and stuff like that. Yeah, there's a good pic. That's one I use for my profile on Facebook now. Trying to get some pictures towards the end. Let's see. Here we go. This is when I was moving out towards the outside of the playing area. There's a little ledge like down below here, and it steeped, so I didn't want to fall and break my neck or anything, but, you know, I was just trying to have a little room to walk around and stuff like that. There's Steve. That's a good picture of Steve. There's a good picture of Bob. There's me like saying, what the F am I doing here? But people had a lot of fun. People really actually complimented us. That was our first time playing out as a band. And there's a good one of Steve. That's a good one of Tim. And half a picture of Bob. There I am. That's the first time I played out without sunglasses, too, by the way. I always played with sunglasses all my life. And for some reason, I didn't have my sunglasses on. I guess maybe I felt confident. I don't know what I felt. I do feel smaller, though, because I was a lot smaller than last time. There's the two guitarists and me. The one guitarist is saying, what lyrics are you singing? You're not playing. You're not even singing the right song. No, it was fun. It was just a lot of fun. The guys are just awesome. They treat me well, and they make me feel like I know what I'm doing. Whether or not I do, that's another question. But I had such a good time. I'm just so glad I had the chance to do it again. It told me that I'm not done yet. I'm not done playing. My story's not over. My story's just begun. And so I'm still doing what I feel I have to do, and it felt good. It felt really good. It's funny because I actually missed a verse on one of the songs. Somehow I totally skipped a whole verse. And I'm probably the only one that knows besides the band, because the band kind of covered. But I really did miss a whole verse, and I can't believe I missed a whole verse. That's kind of embarrassing when I think about it, but, you know, it is what it is. But it was just, it was awesome. I'm so happy I got to play again. What this is, that it is, Mike loves it. Yes, I really do. I can't believe that I went 3 years without playing, almost 3 years. And that guy there, he was having a good time. He was singing along and stuff like that. And that's the grandmother. She was riding the motorcycle with her grandson. And everybody at the end, we played Freebird. Well, we didn't play Freebird. We played the song. Was recorded by Leonard Skinner, and we played the recording while we were tearing down, and everybody started dancing to that. They were also dancing to Roadhouse Blues, because we did Roadhouse Blues. And that was fun. Actually, we didn't even practice Roadhouse Blues. That was just something we threw in there, because I told them that would be a song that everybody would sing along to. And now that they see that I know what I'm talking about, maybe they'll pick a couple more of my songs, and I can choose some of the songs. We didn't do too many songs that I chose, so I just did what... This is the first band that I'm in that I'm actually not in charge of. And I don't mind not being in charge. I actually kind of like not being in charge, because that means if anything goes wrong, I can't be blamed for it either. But we have almost 200 pictures. It was fun. And I feel like I actually belong in music again. So it's good. I really am happy about that. Okay. Here's a weird story. This guy had an accident in his car, and his dog ran 4 miles to help after the crash. He lives in Oregon, and this dog actually kind of saved his life, because nobody was able to come for him because nobody knew he was there. It says an Oregon man accidentally drove off an embankment and spent the night at the bottom of a steep ravine. Was saved by after one of his dogs ran 4 miles for help. Brandon Garrett was driving with his 4 dogs along Hell's Canyon Scenic Byway. Two two-lane paved road that winds through the I don't even know how to pronounce that, Wallowa Mountains when he failed to negotiate a curve last week. That caused Garrett's car to plummet off the embankment on June 2nd, according to the news release from the Bakers County Sheriff's Office. One of Garrett's dogs, named Blue, ran 4 miles to a campsite where Garrett and his brother had been staying. Blue arrived to alert the rest of the party that there was something wrong. Garrett spent the night in the woods, setting up camp about 100 yards away from his car. Garrett's family members were able to find Garrett's car the next morning, but couldn't reach him because of the extreme terrain. That's when they called in the authorities. There's the car. It was like, he's surprised. I'm surprised he actually lived through that. That looks like a pretty bad accident there. Authorities shared details of the dramatic rescue. Press releases halfway man rescued after car crash leaves him stranded overnight. It says approximately 9 a.m. Sheriff's County dispatched a report of a vehicle over an embankment on U.S. Forest Service Road 39. Reporting party explained that his brother, Brandon Garrett, had not made it to the camp yesterday afternoon. Family members located his vehicle this morning, but were unable to reach it due to the terrain. If you look at the pictures, it's that's unreal. He's lucky he didn't get killed. Waiting for the see here if we can get the pictures. Waiting. There we go. There's the pictures. So yeah, he's lucky his dogs were that smart and able to get him help. So that's just crazy. And one of the comments is, "This is so awesome. They were able to get him in time, and that he was alive. How did the dog know to go to the campsite 4 miles away if they were on their way there but hadn't got there yet?" It's incredible. I want to see a picture of that dog. That dog was awesome. My dog, if we had that accident, would be just sitting there wanting more treats, like now. But yeah, that's kind of cool. That's it's awesome that guy was saved by his dog. So you can't beat that. It's nice that a dog actually gets commended for what he does. I wonder if the ad blocker's off of this. It is not. Okay, so we'll take the ad blocker off. There we go. That'll take that. But yeah, that's awesome. Want to put that on for people to look at too. But yeah, the dog, that shows what a dog can do for you. Not all dogs are that loyal, but it's good that his was. Because I don't know how you would have even seen that from the road, probably. I would imagine that, he was way down that embankment. People would have just driven by that for who knows for how long. But, yeah, it's really pretty crazy. Alright, then I need my Twitter one. So, next, alright, oh, this is, maybe I'll hold this one for last. This one would be a good ending video for last, so I'm not going to say this one yet, but, this one was wild. This airplane, had issues in flight. A hailstorm ripped off a major part of the plane. Look at that. During a hailstorm. Man, that would have scared the living daylights out of me. That would have been the last time that I went flying, too. Well, that would be scary to think that... Oh, man. Alright, now the thing is off. Why is this telling me I can't do that? You creep. Why'd you do that? There we go. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that. Oh, you pig! You took it off anyway. All right. Anyway, so the hailstorm ripped off the nose of the plane in flight. Now these guys, they were Australian Airlines passengers, suffered an Australian Airlines passenger jet suffered heavy damage flying through a hailstorm, and the aircraft, an Airbus A320-200, had its nose cone smashed away, and the cockpit windows left almost opaque when it was battered by hailstones. The pilots say made a mayday call, an emergency broadcast to air traffic controllers as a result of the damage. Flight number OS-434 was between the Spanish island of Palma de Mallorca and Vienna Sunday, June 9th, when it encountered a thunderstorm cell. The technicians are inspecting the Airbus, which landed safely despite the damage. There's the inside. You can see the windshield was really totaled. Hey, Jen, how you doing? But that is scary to think that could have been, a situation that they may not have. I mean, you can't even see out that window pretty much. And when you're in flight, the pictures taken at Vienna that show a composite fiber cover that protects the weather radar dish on the nose of the plane was almost completely torn away. The hail had badly damaged the pilot's window, but did not penetrate their 3 overlapping layers. I would imagine if that had gone through the window, that would have been it. They would have probably lost pressure and all that stuff. It would have been pretty horrible. Air screens are tested to ensure they don't break when hit by hail or other hard objects while traveling at speeds of hundreds of miles an hour. So, says I think I was 20 minutes from landing when we got into a cloud of hail and thunderstorm. That would have scared the living daylights out of me. Man, look at that. It's missing the whole nose. Jeez. I was talking about pet flying. Get a private jet for your pet for $6,000 from New York to L.A. or from New York to London. It's like $8,000. Just imagine paying $8,000 and having that happen. That would be a scary thing. So, fortunately, they survived, and everybody is happy except the insurance that has to pay for that. I guess that would be kind of considered an act of God, wouldn't it? I mean, rain, snow, whatever, hail. I don't know how that works. But that scares me when I look at how much damage that thing did. That's pretty nasty. All right, then we'll put this on Twitter. There we go. All right, then we got. Let's see. Then we got, this is pretty interesting. So if you go kite surfing, you never know where you're going to get stranded, but you can get stranded at some pretty weird places. This particular guy, oh no, that's the other one. Okay, we'll do this one first. Woman swallowed by, this is weird. Like, if you wanted to get rid of your woman, you'd probably think this was a godsend, but this could be scary when you think about it happening to you. This couple were walking on the beach, and all of a sudden, his wife was swallowed by the beach. She dropped like a rock. And it says here, Jamie Accord said she was walking on a Maine beach while her husband, with her husband, when she suddenly found herself waist deep in the sand. Could you imagine? I mean, I've heard of quicksand before, but I always thought quicksand was wet sand, and this apparently is not. No co-host. No, I'm solo again. Actually, the one had to babysit, and the other one had some issues to deal with tonight. So I'm by myself. All by myself. I wanna be all by myself. Anyway. Jamie Accord said the incident happened to her while she and her husband were walking Pompano Beach State Park in Phippsburg, Maine. Literally, it was like I was dropped into a manhole cover, she tells. We were walking along just talking, and all of a sudden I went into the sand. Now, could you imagine if that was just, like, she looks like she's pretty short, but I mean, if you were like, say you were 5 foot, and you were walking by yourself, and you were walking in the sand, and let's say the sand was 8 feet deep, you would be dead, more than likely, because that's a lot of sand, and to think that that even happened, that's scary, because usually when you're talking about quicksand, you're talking about wet sand, wet sand, and the fact that was, I don't know, maybe it was wet, maybe it wasn't dry sand, but either way, if you found yourself waist deep in the sand, you know, she said she couldn't even get out by herself. I dropped like a rock. I was there, and the next minute I wasn't. Fortunately, her husband pulled her out, and she was left with only a few scrapes into the sand. It was like one of those moments where I didn't know what to do. This is a new thing that's never happened before, she says. And I go on the beach all the time. But that's got to be scary. I mean, her husband looks like he's probably 6'2" or so she's fairly short. But still, even if you were, even if you were a normal 5'9" or whatever for a woman, to be stuck in sand like that, where it's, you know, enough to make you fall into it, but you can't get out, that would be scary. But I would think that, you know, that I'd never thought that would happen in just on a beach, on a regular beach. I would thought that always happened in movies and, you know, just kind of weird, kind of scary. So she's lucky that she had someone there to get her out, so she didn't have to die in the sand. What's that song that was, Blister in the Sand? That's what it was. That's what you could, we could play that song in the background. That was a big song about 20 years ago. Well, probably longer than that. Okay, got that. Then we put it in here. Okay. Alright, then we got the next one. Alright, that should be the other one that I was talking about, the kite. This guy, no, that came up again with that. Oh, that's weird. Huh. How did I do that? Got the same video, okay, so why would that be on that channel? Wonder what, see if I scroll down if it's on there. Might be the next one. Oh, there she is. Doesn't say how. Okay. Nope, not there. Okay, so we'll just do it this way. See if this tells me. Here we go. So this is, alright, this is the, here we go. The video shows, Stranded kite surfer using rocks to spell out help on a California beach. That has got to be weird to... So you're out, kite surfing, whatever that is. I'm assuming that's surfing with a kite. And while you're out there surfing, you get... I don't know if you get lost or how he gets... It says here, a kite surfer stranded on a beach. Oh, there's a video of somebody kite surfing. And so I guess that's what kite surfing is. A kite surfer stranded on a California beach used rocks to spell out help, leading to a rescue on Sunday. A private helicopter spotted the man on the beach south of Davenport Landing and called for what the sign made out of rocks asked for, and that's help. Video of the rescue was posted on social media by the California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection's San Mateo, and Santa Cruz, and showed off that the beach is at the base of a long, steep cliff. So, yeah, sometimes you got to be careful what you're doing, because to get stuck in a place like that, you'd be down at the bottom of the freaking the big cliff or whatever, and you'd be stuck there. I mean, I would imagine at some point the guy would have figured out how to get out of there, but it's nice that somebody saw him and was able to help him out, because who would have thought? I mean, that's crazy. But okay, you gonna let me have this or not? What are you doing here? Okay, now we're gonna put the address in. There we go. And then we grab this. Video shows. Okay, and then boom. Copy, and then post. So I don't know I don't know if I'd ever kite surf, because I still not clear what that is. I'm thinking that has to be more surf or more kite than surf, because by looking at the video it looks like he was flying up in the air, and I was thinking kite surfing, you use a kite to pull you along the surfing area, but I guess that's not what it is. It's probably just the opposite. It's probably just using a kite to take off, and that shows how much I know. I don't know much about kite surfing. Let's see, then we go in here, and then we do this. Oops, we do this. Alright, next. Okay. That's really insane, though, to think that somebody would... Oh, wait, maybe we can watch the rescue, though. Let's see if we can watch it. Let's see what happens here. Okay, a kite surfer was rescued. Okay, so this would be the real thing here. Let's see what happens. Alright, there we go. See if we can make that noise a little less. Wow. That is pretty steep. I don't know how I'd get up there if I was him. You'd have to walk along that way a long way. Wow. And the water would be coming up on you, too. That's kind of scary, too. That's pretty cool, though, that he got saved by these people. Can I see another one? Let's see if there's another video of it. That's pretty cool, though. I would say that he owes that guy a big favor or something. Oh, there we go. There's him being pulled out of the place. That's crazy. Whew. I think I'd be doing a little less kite surfing in the area where there's a big hill and you can't get over it. But then again, I'm not very adventurous when it comes to that kind of stuff. Give me a stage. I'm happy on a stage. I don't get sucked up by a bunch of sand, and don't have to worry about being landing on a cliff, on the bottom of a cliff. Oh man. Let's see, I gotta put a picture of the band here somewhere. It's gotta be a picture of us all. Let's see. I could put, let's see, what would be a good picture? That's just showing my head cut off, isn't it? No, that looks awful. I don't want that picture. Gotta be a better picture than that of me. Yeah, that's better. That's that bar that kept hitting me on the head. That's the bass. It's bass. That's guitar player. Guitar player. I'm trying to get a couple members of the band in the picture so people can see. There's 3 members, but you can only see 2. You can only see 2 there. Screw it. Doggone it. Should have planned this better. Can't see them because they're dark. Dark. Help, help, help. Rats. I guess this is not gonna cooperate with me because it's having all these dark pictures. And that's a picture that doesn't really show me. And since it's my show, it should be at least me in there somewhere. Not looking goofy or anything. There we go. We gotta have something in there. It's gotta be a picture of me. Because I'm an egotist, and I've gotta see a picture of me. Larger than life. Steve came out on the wrong side. He's on Doug's side. I thought there would be a fight there. I thought that Doug would be like, hey, what are you doing on this side? This is my area. Because Doug never came on our side. And Steve decided he wanted to be on both sides. I was all over that stage, y'all. There I am. I'll just leave that one up. I can stare at myself. Okay, so, alright, we got those 2. We got that one. And we got the woman that got swallowed by the quicksand. Then we got I thought this was a really strange story. This woman, Julian Wood, she's talking about that she's killed before. So she's in court. Alright. The suspect accused of killing a 3-year-old boy outside a grocery store in North Olmsted told police 3 months ago that she had killed a woman in California and said she would kill again. Bionica Ellis remained free to roam the streets and the country, also traveling to Florida. So the chilling information about Ellis, who was accused of stabbing a 3-year-old, stabbing and killing, I'm sorry, did I say Julian Wood? Julian Wood is the one that was, oh yeah, Julian Wood was the one that was stabbed. Accused of stabbing and killing 3-year-old Julian Wood on June 3rd. So, says, where was it? Ellis had been on probation, had a probation warrant from the Rocky River Municipal Court stemming from a May 2023 misdemeanor theft charge. Court records in Kern County, California show warrants were issued there for Ellis in February of this year. She's accused of 3 counts of battery on person. Despite the warrants in California, Ellis somehow got back to Ohio and ended up in a woman's shelter in February. In February 24th, an official at the shelter called Cleveland police saying Ellis wanted to confess to murdering someone in California. Bianca then went and explained that sometime in the last few months she murdered someone in Bakersfield, California. She states that the victim was a white female, approximately 5'6", 150 pounds, and that she was a bartender and worked at a bar. Ellis also told police she dumped the body in an unknown area, possibly near a river. and she was unsure if the body had been found. The Cleveland officer reached out to a detective in Bakersfield, Pennsylvania, who said they had several unsolved homicide cases that sound familiar to what Bianca described, but none of those cases listed Ellis as a suspect. The Cleveland report also stated Bianca told officers she was not taken to jail. She was going to murder someone at the shelter. She also said she wanted to kill someone and eat their flesh. Ooh, that's some serious problems there. She said Bakersfield police said that they didn't have enough evidence to hold Ellis on a murder case and that they would not come and get her on the assault warrants. Cleveland police had also reached out to North Olmsted police on a probation violation warrant. However, North Olmsted police said they would not take her into custody. Instead, they recommended to advise her of the warrant. Cleveland police took Ellis to the hospital for mental health evaluation. The further report noted that when Ellis was at the hospital, she became extremely irate, agitated, and began fighting with nurses, doctors, and police officers. She was sedated for her safety. It was unknown how long she remained in the hospital, but she became extremely irritated and began fighting with nurses, doctors, and officers. It was not... Oh, I'm sorry, I read that already. Then she was arrested in Ohio just days before the murder of little Julian. A magistrate recommended a mental health check. Rocky River Municipal Court Judge Brian Hagan released her without a hearing. Last week, the judge told the I-Team he was unaware of anything alarming when releasing Ellis, and that he would handle the case the same way he would if he had to do it again. Monday morning, Ellis appeared in Cuyahoga County Court to begin facing charges tied to the murder of Julian Wood and the attack on his mother. Ellis smiled and made faces as the judge, Nancy Margaret Russo, read the charges. Julian's father, Jared, spoke briefly for Ellis to be held in jail. She took everything from us. There's nothing that could replace my son. Do what you can do to keep this monster locked up. Judge Russo set the bond at $5 million. So someone like that, who actually is confessing to crimes she may or may not have committed, the fact that she's confessing to the crime is kind of scary enough, I think, to keep her in wraps, you know. That's really kind of weird. If she thinks she did if she says she did this stuff, she may or may not have done this stuff, but man, that scares me enough to make me want to, like, put her away for a period of time. Anyway, so that's that story. And it's a shame that kid had to die because this woman was, like, just being psychotic. I don't know, I guess that's psychotic. And the fact that she said that she did the murder in California, I mean, why would you say that you did something like that in another state unless you thought you did that, or if you're trying to be insane, I guess you might do that, or maybe to get a good meal. I mean, to confess to a murder you didn't do, that would be really, I would imagine that's probably her, that person that was on this picture. Bianca. Yeah, that's probably her. I think I just don't understand why you would just go and kill somebody and just for fun, just, you know, something to do. And the fact that this person killed that little boy, that's really sad. Because that boy didn't do anything to anybody. All right, next. This is weird. So this Kansas City high school assassin game. I don't know what this game is, but it ends with the girl's father allegedly shooting and paralyzing the teen. This is the teen, and this is the father. A group of Kansas high schoolers' senior assassin prank involving gel bead guns erupted into chaos last month when it ended with a teenager being shot with a real gun and paralyzed from the waist down. The sheriff's office deputies initially responded to a shooting outside a Walmart before 5 p.m. May 11th and found an 11-year-old Anakin Ziering suffering from a gunshot wound to his back, which hit his liver, kidney, and spinal cord, paralyzing him. Oh, that's bad. On May 11th, our lives changed forever when my son was involved in a tragic incident at the Walmart shooting, his parents wrote. He sustained severe injuries, including a bullet wound that punctured his duodenum, which is the upper part of the small intestine, and damaged his spinal cord, causing loss of sensation from the waist down. Despite the undergoing 4 surgeries and intense medical care, his recovery journey is just beginning, and we need your help. A 16-year-old and a 17-year-old were in the were with Ziering in the vehicle when he was struck, but ran from the scene. Authorities ultimately caught up with the 2 teenage witnesses and questioned them. The 3 friends had been playing Senior Assassin, a social media-based game usually involving high school seniors targeting others with water guns and gel bead guns. Participants often record the attacks and post them to social media. The game resulted in 2 Long Island schools going into lockdown on Monday. In Ziering's case, he and his friends allegedly shot at 2 other juveniles, a 17-year-old female identified as SC and her 17-year-old boyfriend identified as GB outside the Walmart with a gel-based gun. Ziering told police his friend had shot a gel blaster, while his friend told police it was Ziering who fired at 2 teenagers. The female female teenager called her father, Ruben Marcus Contreras, and told him what had happened. Contreras drove to the Walmart and later found Ziering and his friends in their Chevrolet Spark and took a handgun out of his waistband and allegedly shot into the vehicle, striking the 18-year-old victim. Contreras has since been charged with first-degree attempted murder and has been released to the Sedgwick County Jail. And it says here, a Walmart employee overheard the teenagers in the Spark shout, "I'm your senior assassin," before shooting the gel blaster, and contacted his manager, SC. SC heard him shout the same thing. The 3 teenagers tried to enter the Walmart shortly after targeting SC and GB, but the manager escorted them outside. As GB and SC walked out of the Walmart, GB went to confront the males as they were walking into the Walmart, and one of the males called him B, I guess bitch, I don't know, and later told him to meet them in the back of the Walmart. GB and SC walked over to where they were parked and moved their vehicle to a pickup area for their online orders and waited for Contreras to show up. When Contreras arrived, his daughter and her boyfriend pointed out the 3 teenage assassins in their Chevrolet Spark in the parking lot. A witness told investigators that he saw Contreras approach them and try to open the door, but to stop them from leaving. The witness stated he observed the vehicle move forward and then heard pop. The witness observed the vehicle move forward and turn west and take off at a high rate of speed and hit a metal shipping container. The witness walked over to Contreras and asked what happened. Contreras allegedly said, "They shot my daughter multiple times," according to affidavit. The witness then walked over to the victim vehicle and apparently saw the driver, later identified as Ziering, suffering from the gunshot wound. Ziering told the witness he could not feel his legs. So that guy, being a an idiot took that game and paralyzed the team. Apparently that, I mean, it'd be one thing if they were shooting these guns and you thought that they had real guns, but that's not the case in this case. This is the case of a father being upset because he feels that, they had this prank they were playing, and so he's going to go to jail for life just because he's being overprotective of his daughter. I mean, it'd be one thing if he was being shot at and thought he was being shot at by a gun, by a real gun, and that's not the case here. This guy's definitely gone overboard at what he thought was justice, and it's a shame for the kid that is going to be paralyzed for the rest of his life. He doesn't deserve that. I mean, yes, the kid was an idiot for shooting at the other guy's daughter, but he wasn't going to paralyze her. So I don't know. That's going to be a weird one to think that kid's going to spend the rest of his life. Yeah. But anyway, I got this really interesting video that I saw on Twitter, or on X. I'm sorry, on X. I call it Bear Fight, and it's. I love these videos because these videos are so weird, and it's about a bear in the woods. What would a bear do in the woods if certain things happen? Well, this is a bear that sees this glass window. So the question is, what would he do when he sees the glass window? Is he going to run from it? Is he going to attack it? Is he going to ignore it? So if he was going to ignore it, it would be a really boring video. I thought it was really interesting. He took a hold of that bear, that bar. I mean, that was pretty crazy. That bear had serious moves there. It's funny, 'cause that bear was seriously trying to take care of that issue. So, now we know what a bear will do. Oh, bears are interesting. I would not want to make a bear mad, though, because that bear looked like he had serious power behind him. He could hurt you pretty quick. Oops, wait, that's not what it's supposed to be. Hold on there. Shoot, gotta grab the rest of it. That didn't work the way I wanted it to. Copy. And we'll get rid of this. And we'll get rid of that. Get rid of that. There we go. There we go. Very cool. All right, next. Oh wow! So I'm lately been into this paranormal thing, where I started watching Skinwalker Ranch and learning a little bit about what people believe in as far as aliens and stuff. And this article came up, and I don't know what I believe. I really don't have a complete opinion on it, but a Las Vegas family says 10-foot aliens landed in their backyard. Now a crime scene analyst has weighed in. So 2 aliens allegedly landed in a Las Vegas family's backyard, used some kind of cloaking device to hide from the humans. The new claim came from after a teenager, Angel Kenmore, uploaded footage on YouTube where he said he had recorded an encounter with an alien in his backyard. Let's see if this goes there. I'd like to see if that goes to the video. That would be awesome if it did. It doesn't. Nope, not by the looks of things. Oh, wait, there's an alien. So that's the alien. And it's your basic alien picture that we've seen over the years. So the question is, you know, is the alien real? Is that, I mean, tall, skinny creature with gray-greenish color. The only thing I can see in the backyard is a tall creature, probably around 8 to 10 feet tall, so thin, so I called my dad to see what's in the backyard. Let's see if this probably just shows that picture. Oh, wait a minute. This is a different one now. So do we got a picture or anything? Oh, that's the same picture, that there, so I wonder what would happen. Let me see if I can, let's see if I get rid of the ad remover and maybe the video will come up. It'd be really awesome if it did. See, when I see this stuff, I want to know, like, what it is, where they come up with this stuff. So, okay, let's see. This doesn't show us anything. Maybe we can see the video. Oh, there is a video. Oh, so is that the creature? Alien corpses shown in Mexico Congress. Okay, that's a commercial. So we'll just have to wait this commercial out because I want to see if the video of any of these aliens come up. Because nobody ever has, you know, with the sophisticated equipment that we have available to us. Okay, alien corpses have shown at a hearing in a Congress. Okay, so this is supposedly an alien corpse. 2 small alien corpses were retrieved. Gotta back it up a little bit because I don't know what else it said. Were retrieved from Peru and presented to. Okay, so what they determine? Testified under oath that the aliens share unknown DNA and are not part of our terrestrial evolution. Okay, these specimens are not part of our terrestrial. They aren't beings that were found. These aren't beings that were found after a UFO wreckage. They were found in the Diatom mines and were later fossilized. See, I'm not really convinced that there's aliens. Experts under oath testified that one of the bodies have seen eggs inside, and both were said to have had rare metal osmium. However, critics claim that these are simply looted and manipulated body parts. See, that's what I believe. Alien discoveries have been later debunked, including similar. Okay, so this says that Las Vegas family has broken its silence and to double down on claims that UFOs have landed on in the backyard. They showed drawings that they are made of the apparent alien sightings. The Kenmore family, who went viral earlier this year after calling 911 to report 2 10-foot aliens have landed in their backyard, spoke out for the first time in an interview with Inside Edition. I believe I saw something that wasn't from Earth. And the family members created drawings of what they claim. They're the same drawings that everybody, we've got high-tech equipment. Why can't we get pictures of it? That's what I want to know. Why don't we have pictures? We have the best equipment ever, yet the pencil is how we always get this stuff. I want to see what you're talking about. Don't lie to us. Don't pretend. And if you're just doing it for, throw them in jail if they're just doing it to try to, be in the media. Because we never see it. We never get to see these aliens. And here we're showing this video. It says dark blur in the top hand corner, which the crime scene says he believes is the head of an alien. I don't know. I can't see it. That's not even, doesn't really show us anything. I'm sorry. dark blue at the top hand corner, which crime scene analyst Scott Roeder said he believes is the head of an alien. I don't see that. I see a blur, and it's conveniently blurred. So, once again, no proof. I mean, with this kind of equipment that we got today, we should be able to find it like that. I just think it's ridiculous that we constantly are being told that these aliens exist, but we have no proof. I mean, the Skinwalker Ranch, at least they have things to show us. They haven't shown us an alien yet, but they've shown us, like, these clips of these dots and stuff that are doing maneuvers that you can't do. So, I mean, they've shown more things, and Beyond Skinwalker Ranch shows us even more creepier things. So that's kind of cool, because, you know, but I can't believe that with all our technology, they still evade us. Yet they're supposedly here. I want to see them. That's all I want to do. Just see them. That way, if you want to convince me, show me them. Show me them. Don't show me these bad pictures, like hunting of Bigfoot, where you can't get a clear picture of Bigfoot. Yeah, Bigfoot, you know, is supposedly really huge, and you can't hide him. So, I don't know. Here's a good one. Teen arrested for car theft is picked up by a guardian in a stolen car. Hey, why not? This is ridiculous stuff. I mean, really. Oh yeah. By the way, I talked about the guy that was the guy that had a traffic stop, or he had to call in the court. He had a video conference for a court hearing, and when he turned on his camera, he was driving a car, and the court hearing was about driving a car without a license. So he was caught red-handed driving a car without a license, about calling in for driving without a license. The guy. How much of an idiot can you be? Anyway, so he was told to be remanded, and he had to turn himself in for going to jail. And so we find out the guy never had a license because I guess he had a permit when he was a kid, and he never got it renewed, never got a license. The guy's never had a license, and the guy's in serious trouble for this. I mean, I would think that there would be more common sense than there is. I think there's common sense in the world, but apparently there isn't. So this guy here, the guy from last week, is hopefully in jail. But this teen was arrested for car theft, and he's picked up by his guardian, and his guardian's driving a stolen car. Oh man. The guardian, who arrived at the police station to pick up 4 teenagers arrested for car theft recently in Maryland, was spotted being dropped off in a stolen car herself. According to the news, Charles County Police Department officers spotted 2 Hyundais in front of a business. Both license plates returned back as stolen. So the officers initiated a traffic stop. However, the drivers of the 2 Hyundais decided to run for it instead. While police gave chase, dispatch received words that the suspect have robbed the business before getting back in the stolen cars. After getting a lead on the cops, the suspects ditched the Hyundais at a park and park and ride and tried hiding. Obviously, that didn't work. Officers arrested 4 juveniles as well as an 18-year-old and a 21-year-old, charging the juveniles with theft and unauthorized use of a motor vehicle. And police called the guardian for the kids to be picked up. However, that guardian and 2 other women were dropped off at the police station in a stolen car. The irony isn't lost on anyone. Police found the stolen drop-off vehicles, tried to apprehend the driver, who almost mowed down a cop as he fled. After fleeing a short distance, the driver and 3 juveniles jumped out and were caught. In the meantime, the police arrested 3 women, including the guardian of the original 4 teenagers, for theft, unauthorized use of a motor vehicle, providing a false name, and rogue and vagabond. Car theft rings, whether large international organizations or local groups of friends, love to use kids to steal. After all, they'll automatically face fewer consequences while judges and even prosecutors cut them sweet deals so they can keep stealing. Perhaps that's how this situation arose, because on its face it's completely ridiculous. I mean, I just can't even fathom. I mean, maybe it's because I came from a family that really we didn't steal anything. I mean, we well, at least I didn't. I can't speak for the rest of us, but you know, I just can't imagine being caught in stealing a car. I'm trying to think if I ever have been in a well, I don't think I've ever been in a stolen car, but I mean, I may have been, didn't know it. As far as I know, I haven't been. Yeah, most of my friends owned their cars, or parents owned the cars, or something like that. So that's kind of off the table. I guess I'm on the right side of the law in most of the cases, but I don't know. Get this one posted, and then we got. Well, we're getting near the end here. Yeah, so that one's that. I gotta do this one because it's really a weird one, and then I'll do my other one that finishes. Okay, come on, open up. Okay, a large chunk of Wyoming's Teton Pass Road collapses, and unclear how quickly it can be rebuilt. I wonder if it had anything to do with a tanker moving. Probably not, but this large chunk of mountain road, I mean, they're talking, I don't know how, when we talked about the bridge blowing up and, or collapsing and all that stuff, they have to build a new bridge for it, and it sounds pretty bad because it is, but when you see what they got to do to fix this, this road for this particular one, this was not due to anybody's error. It was due. Is my dog having a nightmare? I think she is. Gonna have to wake her up in a second. But this one looks really bizarre. How bad this road is. Let's show this picture here somewhere. Okay, how far down is this picture? What the freak? I saw this picture. I saw the picture a while ago. So a large chunk of a twisting mountain pass road collapsed in Wyoming. Why is there no pictures here? I did see a picture earlier today, which it's gone. The picture's gone. Okay, let me. You got to see this picture. It's really crazy because it's gone all right. Okay. All right, this should be good here. There you go. That's crazy. Like, here you go around the corner, and oops, there's the road missing. And there's where it continues. So it's really strange to think about that kind of catastrophic change in the road. The road's gone altogether. I mean, it probably will take less time than that bridge to build, but I can't imagine if you were on that road when it collapsed. That's a long way to fall. So, yeah, that's a really strange thing to happen. Aerial photos, here you go. There's the other side of it. Look how far you'd fall. That'd be crazy. It's really surprising. Oh, there you go. There's the cracks in the road and stuff before the thing fell apart. That's wild. That's really, really wild. So that's wouldn't want to be on that road. Anyway. Alright, I guess the only one I'm going to do yet is the ending, what I was going to say. I was going to say save it for last, so the next one is the last one. Oops, there we go, that's that. And this is the very last article. Okay, we want this to go to here and to here. Okay, let's get rid of this. And the last one is this one. The waitress is fired. Why would she be fired? Well, she didn't like the date that this one guy brought into the restaurant, and for good reason. She was pretty jealous of the date, because she's not really an airhead. I mean, the date was an airhead. So this woman was fired for posting a TikTok video of a man with a blow-up doll at Charlotte's Restoration Hardware, which is a restaurant. Here you go. There's the woman, if you will. She looks like she's drunk, beyond drunk. But I can't even imagine. I wonder if this is the video. This would be cool if this was the video. Let me see if this is the video. TikTok video. It is a TikTok video. I think we'll see her video. Is it going to make me log in? It is going to make me log in. Why? I don't want to log in. Let me log in. Log in. Guess I can log in using that. Come on. Taking too long. Pop-up blocked. Big deal. Okay, I'm blocked from pop-up. Let's see, allow block-ups. See if that works. Now, so let me log in. Okay, continue. You didn't let me have it or not. Fuck. Forget it. I don't need to see it that bad. Alright, anyway. So there's the woman in this date. And she looks like she's drunk off her butt there. See, you can't even see her head. And that woman got fired because she videoed a guy with his plastic doll. Oh wait, here we go. This might have it. Oh, let's see what she says.
The door.
Because it's a stupid idea. You know, I just don't understand. The guy had it. He did it to just basically, he lost the fantasy football league, so he had to carry the blow-up doll. Oh, that man that's just funny. But hey, he at least did what he was supposed to do, and he got famous for it for a few seconds. It's funny. There was a fountain that we sat next to. All you could do was hear the water in it. And it was the worst 5 minutes of my life, he said. That's funny. That's, you know, people are weird. But He got his 5 minutes of fame and humiliation, if you will. I think it's funny. And that's why people shouldn't do fantasy football if you're going to be humiliated by a blow up. I mean, I've had a few girls that were airheads. So what's the difference? You don't have to pay for them, at least. You went out and had a meal. Didn't have to pay for her to buy food that she wasn't going to eat. I think it's a good way. It's a good way to enjoy yourself. But the guy didn't enjoy it, I'm sure. And the poor girl lost her job. I think it's bizarre. But it happens. Anyway, that'll be it. I guess I'm done for the day. So if you're still out there listening, thank you. If you are gone, well, I can't thank you because you're not here. And this is it. This is it for the night. So thank you for hanging out with me.